What does the interior of a car look like when it's been sitting in the desert for 30 years? Pretty bad. So, in any case, this is the stuff that's been pulled out so far uh, from the Celica. It's hard to know what, if any, of this is salvageable. The panels and the doors, obviously not. But what could be done with these seats? I mean, just a little bit of work, and it's amazing what can be done. Obviously, need some new upholstery. The backs are pretty hashed. But all in all, there was a lot of stuff in the car, so that was encouraging. I got into the trunk and found a whole box of things that included all of these bits, like rails for the seats. And the previous owner had been so nice as to actually label these seat bolts. So there's some of that. We also know from receipts that in 1990, you could apparently get 4 tires for $271.09 with taxes from Tires Plus in Woodinville, Washington. Looks like old heated block. But most interesting to me, and I was very excited to find, were the flutes at the bottom of a box in the trunk. So that is awesome. I was thinking these were gone, and to find them was really cool. So that's great. So today, the task at hand is to continue stripping the car, pull out the windshield, get all these lights and bumpers off of here, all the flashing chrome runners, and maybe I'll make it run at the doors and the windows. So that's the plan. I'm going to go at it, and we'll come back and I'll provide an update with how successful that was. All right. So after several days, a week of tearing this down, here's where we are. I got the front bumpers and grill and all of that off, and the radiator. Started a bit of the engine and pulling out or undoing the main wiring harness. So it's kind of cool in these Celicas. They basically have a piece of bridge metal that goes across here to take it off, so that opens that whole space up. And then off of here is this whole set of bracketry that supports all the bumpers and everything. It's I can see why they don't make cars like this anymore, but it's very cool. So here we can see why the dog legs rusted out. Interesting on these cars. I don't know if that light's good. Let's see if you can see that tube that comes down here. This basically collects water from above and feeds it down this little spillway into here. And of course, this whole thing was nothing but pine needles and all kinds of water collecting organic material, and just rotted these out. So the rockers all the way down are just terrible. I mean, the other side is far worse. So I think I'm going to be in the market to replace those. The inside story is pretty good. I got all the windows out. I got everything out. Except the door openers. I think I'll leave those. I see no reason to take them out. But it's getting there. Let's see, in the back Yeah, the boot is pretty rusted out. I mean, that is terrible. That whole thing's gonna have to be cut out. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do there. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I mean, one option is just to level that out and put in a fuel cell to replace the old tank. But we'll see. I got the lights off. You can see a pretty extensive amount of rust along here. I'll have to rebuild that whole opening. That'll be interesting. And then down here, I think it's pretty terrible too. Yeah, it's a nice hole. So that'll just be a matter of work. It's the same story on this side. Let's see. Yeah, over here on the driver's side. You can see these rockers are just in terrible shape. I mean, they're basically completely rotted through. So basically everything down low got the lion's share of abuse. I mean, here you can better see that mechanism that they've built with this little spillway. So the water goes down here, and then there, you know, it's all meant to funnel through this, out the tube, and down through this little space that's in here that gets clogged. Yeah, it's pretty exciting getting this far, at least kind of getting to the bones. I gotta say, I am so impressed with this Toyota engineering. Like every bolt and everything you need to get to in this car is accessible by a cutout or some sort of clear path. Unlike that Mazda truck I did, it was just, everything was a puzzle. This one's much more like a Lego project, you know, you just kind of have to just go at it and everything can be done. It's just a matter of time and, you know, hundreds of screws, as you can see by all the openings. I've been trying diligently to actually catalog everything this time, so I'm bagging. Like here, I'm actually, there's 30 bags in there with little bolts that are labeled. And trying to stay organized with everything. I think it'll work out fairly well. We'll see. All right, well, everybody, thanks for watching. I know it's not the most exciting, but there's an update. And we're heading into the holidays, so to everybody out there that's watching, have a great holiday. All right, take care. Let's take a look in the trunk. What? An egg.